Alright, the next song is EX for the Reason from Summer Walker, and the performance will be made by Annie, aka it's Annie Plays.
Lord, you know how hard it is dealing with the pain day to day of a one man. She can never be what I am, but as long as he with me, that's what it's gonna be. Oh, damage your ass for a reason, no reason, no. Trying just less, guaranteed to beat your ass. Damage your ass for a reason, no. Too much for to take. She gotta say no. You know I'm the type to go through my nigga's phone, but you know what that shit be on my nerves when it keeps ringing back to back. Fuck is that? Fuck a bitch on stress is always the mindset I'm in. But an X game is not the game, I'm trying to play it all. Is she on your mind? You can go and do what y'all niggas always doing, don't tell me. She better understand the consequence you fucking with. Tonight I'll end it. Oh, spin the block 2-3 times to make sure all the cancer's gone. That is your way. For a reason, no reason, no. I got one that she still wants, and I make her do what she does.
So Chira, what do you think of its Annie Plays performance?
Well, in my thoughts, Annie performed great on Perforing X for a reason songs my friends on Instagram. But he needs to train more harder about the voice for the greatest singing performance. I give Annie an 8 out of 10.
Thank you, Syra, for giving my score 8 out of 10 of my singing performance.
And now Smarty, what do you think of Annie's performance and how score she gets?
Well, Equin, to be honest, in my thoughts, Annie's performance is awesome, and her voice is great. So I give Annie a 8.5 out of 10. And Annie needs to train the pitch voice if she wants her performance is perfect.
Thanks, Smarty, for giving me my score 8.5 out of 10. I was so happy about that.
And as for you, Yana, what do you think of Annie's singing performance?
Well, Irene, Annie's singing performance was nice, but she needs to train harder for her next singing performance. I gave Annie 7.6 out of 10.
Thanks, Anna, for giving me 7.6 out of 10. Although in your minus thoughts that I also dancing to that songs while singing.
Well, let's clap your hand to its Annie Plays.
Why? Because it is Annie Plays is the stupidest girl I've ever seen next to Lillian Hawkins, Sophie Count, Which Ronnie Village Alt Huey, and many more. So shut up, you Annie fanboys and fangirls. Exactly, Carla. Molly Peterson are a way better singing performance more than Annie the ugliest girl ever. And it is Annie Plays. If you are hearing us, then for being the ugliest and the stupidest girl I've ever seen. Besides, your singing performance was even worse than Molly Peterson's singing performance back when Molly sings Go Uncle theme songs while grounded on IKHW's second channel back in October 1st, 2020. I agree, Carla. Molly Peterson can sing better performance than more than you, Annie the ugly girl. Now, get out of the stage.
Well. It seems like one of our contestant got insulted by the troublemakers by booing at the Go Animate Idols, aka the Go Animate / Vian parody version of the Idols Talent Search Show's concert, and she is crying and running from the concert.
Well, Carla and Amber from the Dixon Triples, is it that you both was the one who insulted its Annie Plays by booing her and makes her crying and running for the concert? Is this really true?
Tell us the truth right now and here, or else you both will face consequences. Well, it's both of you. Who was the one who's insulting Annie's singing performance by saying boo to her? Is that really true? Don't lie to us, or else we're calling the guard to get both of you out from the audience of this talent search shows and the police to arrest both of you.
To be honest, Irene. Yes. The reason why we do insult Annie's singing performance is because of Annie's singing performance of this contest/concert is way worse than our friend's Molly Peterson's. Back when she's singing Go Onger theme song while grounded on Equin's second channel.
We're so sorry IKHWAN and Irene for interrupting Annie's concert/talent search show's performance by saying boo on her and make her crying.
Seriously, Carla and Amber? Why will you insulting Annie's concert/talent search show's performance by saying boo to her and make her cry? Thanks to you, she will be eliminated from this Go Animate / Film version parody version of the Idols TV series. You know what? We have enough. I will call in the guard.
Guards, can you please pick Carla and Amber up and get out of this talent search show's concert?
I am on my way, Irene and my bestie Equin. Well, Carla and Amber? Don't you think about doing the same thing on the next contestant's singing performance?
Really now, Carla? Words cannot describe what you did. You just insulting Annie's singing performance at the talent search show concert by booing her. Look. Annie is now crying because of you and Amber. That's it. You are grounded for 4 days and 15 hours. Go upstairs to your room right now and think about what you've done to Annie's Plays.
Seriously, Amber? Why the heck did you insulting it as Annie Plays' singing performance at the talent search show's concert? And Annie is now crying and running from the concert because of you and Carla. That's it. You're now grounded for 3 weeks. Go to your room right now and think about what you did to Annie with Carla.
What's wrong?
Well, Ayana, Carla and Amber insulted me by saying boo to my singing performance. And now I am sad because of that. Please cheer me up. Wah 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 wah.
Man, that's so sad to hear that. Let's go. We will going to your talent search show's live concert. And I also will buy you something that you like.
Are you serious, Ayana?
Yes. I am promise I will buy you something that you like after the talent search shows that you compete airing on TV was over.
Well, thank you so much, Ayana. You're the best.